So today, we're trying out the new randomizer, which means our class and auto will be completely chosen at random. However, in return, we'll be getting this brand new unique item called a Star of Courage, which gives 5% more chance of getting unique items, and our weapons use 5% less stamina. And honestly, it led to an awesome fun run today. This should be pretty good. Now we are going to begin a crazy Prismatic Orb Dark Lantern build as well. They also have Tim. They're going to be stealing our buffs with their Heart of Darkness here, but we are going to be inflicting a turbo amount of debuffs here. They are going to be scaling up that damage with Defensive Fencing Rapier. But hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, so today we're going to be trying out the random class loadout. Let's go and jump on some rank games and see just what I can do. Okay, so we got another Pyro run with Offering Ball. However, we do start off with a Bag of Stones, Walrus Tusk, and a Flame here. So definitely randomized items here. However, the only thing that's not randomized is the Star of Courage here, which gives us a chance to find unique items up by 5%. Your weapons use 5% less stamina, which is going to be pretty decent here. So with that, we're definitely going to try and get a crazy item in our round one here. Which does mean I do want to offer up this Halpa, I do want to offer up these Walrus Tusks. I do want to roll, but I do kind of want to keep our Bag of Stones here, unfortunately. Which does mean if we do want to do that, we are going to lose here because we do want to take the Sweatstone. That will be the most value that we can do. We will take this wooden sword, unfortunately, and offer that up here. We'll also take the stone for right now, but it does mean we can't exactly fit in our Bag of Stones as right now. I will roll once more and I will reserve this leather bag. And let's go ahead and continue on like this for right now. Now, it's not the best round one here. We do have 2 walruses for 2 spikes, which is not too bad. Especially going up again, multiple weapons here. Shouldn't be too bad. We have the Hellbot to sustain us here a bit. And so far, smashing here. And we are about to get something crazier, potentially. Okay, we got a hammer and we got ourselves an Amulet of Wilds here. We also got ourselves a dagger here. So with that, let's take our leather bag. Now we could go for hammer dagger builds. Could be kind of interesting. Or do we sack everything again and see what else we can get here? I think we're going to sack everything. Let on. Try to get a godly item here. Looking for a Defensive Fencing Rapier or in fact a large greatsword would be insane for us here. But so far, actually not looking too good for us here. Yeah, so just pausing the video here very quickly just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Not so great here. We'll see what we get now. Okay, so we got ourselves a wooden buckler. We're not getting super lucky here, unfortunately. That is the Offering Ball for you. We got a Recombobulator, which we are going to recombobulate itself. However, we did get a Dark Crystal here, which I am going to craft up immediately into the Captain's Comfort here. And with that, I'm actually going to take this Whetstone as right now. We're going to be adding in a Flame. And with that, we're going to have to roll on. Now, we do want to find more stones here because 1 stone in a Bag of Stones is not going to be too much DPS here. So unfortunately, this round is not looking too good for us here. Yeah, especially going to begin this amount of health pots on a Berserker. So this is, yeah, we're not even putting dent in them. So unfortunately, this round is over before we even did anything here. We didn't even proc 1 help out here. But what can you expect? We have this setup here. Okay, so we got ourselves a pineapple here, which means you can go for a flame up build if we actually want to. We also got ourselves a present, which is kind of nuts here. We can get a lot of items from our present and then offer them up in our Offering Ball here if we actually want to do that here. However, it means if we take present, we are just going to lose here. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm going to sell flame so we can actually take this. Yeah, we're going to take present here. We're going to offer up our flutes. And yeah, unfortunately, the present with the Offering Ball is going to be counterintuitive here because we're going to be wanting to use up gold. We want to sell our items. So we have gold for present to be getting those items here. However, with the Offering Ball, we kind of want to use up our gold to get items, to get better items. Unfortunately, definitely counterintuitive here. And yeah, another loss here, but what can you expect? We pretty much have a garbage build as right now. We got ourselves a Poison Goobert. That's a whole lot of items here. Holy moly, that's kind of insane. I'm going to sell a Frying Pan, sell a stone. Unfortunately, I think we have to sell our Goobert here. I do want to take Hunger Blade though, and I do want to keep this Gemstone because that is going to be 3 regen for us. That should be pretty good. I'm going to roll once here. I'm going to sell this Gemstone and I will be taking this Hellpot and I will offer up the Hellpot as right now. But yeah, I'm going to have to reserve this leather bag. I'm going to continue on like this. Now, is this going to be enough here? We do have a little bit of regen here, so we should have a little bit of vampirism. However, our opponent is going to be stacking up a lot of spikes with the Amulet of Wilds here and the Spike Shield. So whatever vampirism we have, which is 7, which is kind of crazy, is going to be countered by spikes. But so far, smashing here. We got another poison goobert. And we got ourselves a tiny little bit of storage here. So we could add double poison goobert, but we're not going to take that here. We're going to have to take a little bit of extra storage to fit everything in. We could also go for chili goobert here. That's something we actually want to do here. Actually, I think we do. We can add back in our Star of Courage. And with that, we're going to roll on like this. Now, we're not actually making use of our offering ball, which is kind of strange here, but it is what it is. When you get offering the present is going to give us some pretty crazy items. Except this gave us 2 poison gooberts in a row, which we do not want here whatsoever. But so far, can we stick ahead here? Yeah, we're stacking for spikes. Smashing here. We got ourselves a molten dagger. We got ourselves a leather bag. We got ourselves a smashing, flawless emerald here. I'm going to sell this and sell heat here so we can add this in and we can trade up this molten dagger. We can add in a flame, and we do want to keep these flawless emeralds because these are going to literally give us a ton of regen for our hunger bed. Now I'm going to sell 1 flame. I'm taking this blueberries to offer this up to. And with that, we're going to roll on. Now our opponent is also running hunger bed. However, they do have a magic staff here, which is going to be a lot of scaling damage. They also have some spike generation, and they also have shell domes. So this could be quite scary. However, they are going to use up a lot of stamina here. So we should be able to pass them out. We also have a lot of buffs stacking up, thanks to the present here. So we got our life back, which is going to be insanely awesome for us. And we got ourselves a dark saber. So we should have definitely kept our poison goobert here, which is kind of absurd here. Definitely absurd. We also got ourselves another cap resilience. But with this dark item and this dark item, it makes me really want to go for Dark Lantern here. However, we do have to sell quite a lot here. So at this point, I'm going to sell our bag of stones and our singular stone. And our stone. We finally had enough stones to actually trigger bag of stones here. So that I'm going to have to sell this 2 gemstones here and 2 flames. So we can actually take our Ashbringer, which is going to be extremely good for us. And we also got ourselves another dark crystal, which is also going to be extremely good for us here. Kind of absurd, because we just want to go all in on reducing our opponent's healing here. And with that, we already have 60% reduced healing with this flawless amethyst. And it's cap discomfort, which means we're going to have 90% healing reduction on our opponent with this setup, which is going to be crazy here. And with that, I'm going to move our setup to be more like this. And yeah, we're going to need a source of mana generation for our dark saber here. But honestly, the present here definitely providing a lot for us here. So if we would have took poison goobert here, we should be inflicting a lot of debuffs. We're dark saber here, but our opponent is inflicting a lot of frost on us, which could be problematic. However, it shouldn't be too bad. We have a lot of vampirism. We have a chili goobert to heal us up. Now that's a lot of frost. But with no mana generation, our dark saber is not going to be doing too much here. However, we do resurrect, we get down vulnerability, and we do inflict those debuffs here, and straight up smashing here. Okay, we got a mana thirst. We also got a molten spear. Kind of insane. We can get rid of a hunger blade right now, in hopes of taking this mana thirst to help with our dark saber here. However, it does mean we do not get scaling vampirism here, but I think that should be okay. Now we can add this in to our dark saber to inflicting a little bit of poison here, which will just add to our DPS here. Now we're going to add this in here to craft up that cap discomfort. And with that, let's go and roll. Okay, heart container on sale is going to be extremely good for us. We're going to be taking that, because we can craft up a heart of darkness if we do find another one of these corrupted crystals, which is going to be extremely good for us. However, we'll just have to see. Now with that, we're going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on our opponent here with our dark saber and our mana thirst, which should be extremely good for us. And so far, smashing even. Okay, we got ourselves a shield of valor. We also got a couple of stones combustions. Okay, our opponent's healing reduction should be about 100% right now with this tipped amethyst, which is kind of absurd. And with that, I'm going to sell this. I'm actually going to add this in to have that chance to inflict some frost as well. Should be pretty decent. I'm going to have to sell this too, so we can actually take this leather bag. At 1 gold, we could sell 1 flame here in favor of taking this heart container. We could also offer it up to our offering ball, but I think we're going to sell 1 flame and we're going to take it, but we're not going to offer it up as of right now. Once we build up some other items here, we could potentially offer it up and try to get something a little bit crazy here. But for right now, we're going to roll on like this, and we'll see. We should be inflicting some poison, some blind, some frost here. It shouldn't be too bad. Our opponent is going to make us resurrect here, but then We've inflicted a lot of debuffs. So we should be able to smash her. And a mason here. Okay, speaking of crazy, we actually got a box of prosperity. We also got a Whoopatinger. We also got a Fortuna's Hope. And we also got a prismatic orb here, which is going to be dark item. With that, we're going to be selling our Fortuna's Hope here. We're going to be getting our prismatic orb as soon as we can, but as of right now, we're going to have to sort our inventory, so we'll be back in a second while we do that here. Okay, so this is going to be our best position as of right now. We have our Chilling Goobert in this position, and we don't have a star slot used as of right now, but we do have our Dark Saber and our Capitalians in around our Dark Lantern. Now next round, we are going to be trying to get this prismatic orb here. It depends on what the present is going to give us here, but we'll see. Our opponent is running Each Soul Sleeve here. They don't have a magic charge crafted at this point in time, so that's going to be extremely good for us. However, Blood Goobert and a lot of Vampirism and a certain amount of healing here could be problematic. However, again, Dark Saber is just going to be nuts with the Dark Lantern here. Pretty awesome. Okay, we got some weapons here, which we are going to immediately sell, even though they're pretty good. We are definitely going to have to take Prismatic Orb here. With that, let's sell our stone to roll once. And we're definitely going to have to take this fanny pack as right now. Which means I'm going to be replacing this gemstone, and I'm going to be selling all these gemstones, so we can actually take this here. Okay, so we're going to have our setup like this. Now we have max value on Dark Lantern. We also have our Prismatic Orb. Being a trigger for a Goobert, which is not super ideal. I much prefer having it up here, but to fit in everything, we're going to have to keep it like this. So with that, we're going to be rolling on with this setup here. Now, Mana Thirst into Dark Sabers have actually been extremely awesome here. Especially with the regular Sapphires and all these poison stacking gemstones here. Now, our opponent is dealing a lot of damage to us. However, we do get that Resurrection and Smashing here. Dark Lantern is still extremely strong. Okay, we got ourselves some Vampiric Gloves. Also got ourselves a Flawless Topaz here, which is kind of nice. However, we can craft this up to also reduce our opponent's healing here a little bit further, but don't exactly need it as right now. I'm going to add in our Vampiric Gloves into this position because that's going to give us a little bit of Vampirism on top of that with our Prismatic Orb here. And with that, I'm going to be selling these two gemstones, and there's not much point in rerolling here. So increasing the speed of our Dark Saber here could be problematic here because it is going to cost quite a lot more stamina. However, we do have Whoopatinger to offset that here. Now, Hammer Dagger build is going to be kind of bad for us, but again, that invulnerability is just too strong here. So overall, smashing DPS check here, 39 DPS, 7.2 DPS. Smashing here. I do believe we can actually take this a lot further. Okay, we got ourselves a Serpent Staff, which is absurd here. As much as I'd love to add it into our builds, I don't think we can actually afford to. Unless we got a bunch of Whoopatingers. However, we'll keep the Stamina Sack. We'll add this into for healing here. I'm going to be selling all this here. However, we do have some Topazes. It would be super interesting to add this into our build as well. Would be kind of crazy, but we could potentially do it here. We're going to have to sell the Flame and sell this Topaz here. So in favor of taking it, we could add this in here for right now. We're definitely going to need to add in these chipped Topazes. Especially with the Star of Courage means their stamina consumption is going to be a lot lower here. However, we are definitely going to need this Mana Orb because our mana consistency is going to be super bad here. So we're going to have to take this, reserve the leather bag. We might actually reserve this hard container and can't exactly fit in our pineapple. So we'll see. What's your stamina going to look like with all these Topazes and Whoopatinger? It shouldn't be too bad. It is slowly whittling down though. So unfortunately, yeah, we might not be able to keep this in. However, it is crazy damage here. We also got a Falcon Blade. Holy moly, that's kind of insane here. A lot of fantastic weapons here, but not much we can do with that. We're going to have to sell these here. We'll take this. I still want our pineapple, even though it is just a little bit of spike stacking here. I also want to craft this up. I also do want this hard container, but we don't have the storage for them. We could also go for Vampiric Armor. Now we could sell our present in taking it here. It would be pretty decent for us. Let's check our hard container. Let's go ahead and roll on. Okay, Prismatic Orb I will actually be taking here. I think it's going to be too nuts not to take. We're going to continue to roll here looking for some extra storage. We actually found some. We're going to have to take that here. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to sell our little chipped sapphires right now because then we can add this in over here. Have our pineapple going turbo nuts. And have this slot in here for right now. So unfortunately, we're going to have to roll on like this. So we'll see. Now with our healing reduction on our opponent here, we should be able to burst him down here. We stack up a lot of poison. We'll run through a lot of mana, but should be doing it. Now stamina is going to be a huge issue here, especially going to be getting Shield Valor. So unfortunately, this opponent is going to outpace us here. Actually, maybe not. That blind and debuffs here. Super strong here. Okay, amazing. We actually found some extra storage. We also got a squirrel to steal some buffs. Which is not okay. What is this shop? Are you kidding me? Look at this shop here. 2 prismatic orbs, Warbringer. You can also go for a lightsaber if you actually want to. That is genuinely absurd. We're going to have to sell all this here. Now, we do want to take Warbringer here pretty badly. So is it time we sell our present here? Or do we keep it going for right now? Well, to be honest, to be getting super strong, we do need this Warbringer pretty badly for our stamina here. We also need all these prismatic orbs. These are going to be extremely strong for us too. However, the present does give us 5 buffs, but I will be selling that as right now because I do want Warbringer here. We're also going to be slotting in up here for right now. Actually, it's still going to be better down here. It does mean we cannot really afford this prismatic orb unless we sell something like this, which I am thinking about doing here. And we can slot in here for a lot of healing efficiency, or we could move down here for a lot of dark items here. However, we could move it in here. A lot of healing efficiency. I think that's probably going to be our best bet. We're going to take it. We're going to slot it in here. And next one, we're going to be taking a prismatic orb as well. But yeah, this should be pretty good. Now we are going to begin a crazy prismatic orb Dark Lantern build as well. They also have Tim. They're going to be stealing our buffs with their Heart of Darkness here. But we are going to be inflicting a turbo amount of debuffs here. They are going to be scaling up that damage with Defensive Fencing Rapier. They're going to have the invulnerability with Glowing Crown here, which is going to be absurd here, to be honest. A lot of healing here, but who is going to win here? So far, we've stacked up an absurd amount of poison. Our stamina is still not being super great, but holy moly, did we manage to win out here. But holy moly, did we manage to win. Even though we have so much healing reduction, our opponent did manage to heal for quite a bit. Especially with all their healing efficiency from their prismatic orbs and their armored life here. But we still managed to pull out on top here. Okay, so I did want this prismatic orb here, which I kind of do want to put it into this position. We'll slide it down here for now, because we can always move our Warbringer if we want to. Let's go ahead and roll. And we could also take this as well, which we probably do want to take here. But with that, we're going to be selling our little tiny storage. We're also going to be taking this, and we can fit that down here. That should be pretty good for us. Which does mean we can fit that down here too. Now, it's not the best placed prismatic orb. It does get a lot of dark items here. It also targets this prismatic orb here. But generally, when you have 3 prismatic orbs here, you kind of want them placed in such as like this. Now that is going to be way better here, but it does mean we're going to lose out on a little bit of value here, which is super unfortunate. Okay, so we managed to move our setup around by quite a bit here. Now our Mana Thirst and our Serpent Staff is going to be in this position. We have our 2 Wolfbringers in here. We have our Chili Goobert being targeted from our Mana Thirst, our Serpent Staff, and our Dark Saber here. With our Dark Lantern in this position, with our Prismatic Orbs in a way better setup here. Now that should be a lot of random debuffs at the very beginning. It's also going to give us a lot of healing amplification, a lot of vampirism, a lot of mana from the very beginning, which means our Serpent Staff should be going Turbo Nuts here. And the same with these 2 here. We have our Heart Containers here as well. Now our Vampire Gloves is only going to be targeting our Dark Saber. But that's exactly what I want here. So with that, we're going to be rolling on like this for right now. We still have our lowly Pineapple in as right now to be stacking up the spikes. And it'll be a little bit of healing for us. However, we are going to begin an opponent here who is going to be removing our buffs here. And they're going to be turbo scale drawn buffs, but still, it's not going to be any match here whatsoever. Okay, so what do we actually want to increase here? Just more Prismatic Orbs or more Heart Containers. It's going to be kind of awesome. We actually can't fit this in as right now either, which is not super deal. However, we will be taking this Heart Container to finish it off here. I'm going to continue to roll. We could take another Mana Orb, but let's go ahead and continue to roll. Now, do we sell this little Emerald here to roll again? And yeah, Phoenix would have been awesome too. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough here. Now with that, this is going to be our final setup here. 3 Heart Containers, Dark Saber, Dark Lantern, 3 Prismatic Orbs here, and a bunch of healing reduction, as well as the Serpent Staff and Mana Thirst to finish it off here. So let's go ahead and see, is this going to be good enough? Also, Chili Goobert to provide a lot of healing and a lot of heat generation. Now we'll see though, we are going to begin Busted Blade, which has a 100% crit chance. It's going to be dealing massive damage. However, we are inflicting a lot of blinds, which does mean they're going to have a hard time hitting us here. Now they did make us resurrect here, but we are healing back all the way up. We're stacking up a lot of empower. And so far, yeah, it's just incredibly over here. It's just absurd. Darksaber's DPS, 62 DPS. Mana Thirst set up here, especially with the Star of Courage to be helping with our base stamina. It's only small. It's only a small little bit here, but it did help us bind that present as well, which is definitely counterintuitive. Did offering ball here, but it was kind of crazy with crafting up items as well as getting items from the offering ball. But hey, it definitely provided a crazy setup here, and a crazy setup indeed it was. But anyways, we did survive with 4 lives left here. Let's go and see just how much rank points we got. Rank us up with plus 23. Extremely awesome here. But anyways, go and leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you keep looking for the next one. See you next time.